Hi there, everyone. Welcome to episode 659 of the Mike from Maine show, the place where we do daily interviews with successful online entrepreneurs. This is your host, Mike Thomas, and today on the show we have Mark Bishop on, and we're going to be talking about a piece of software that is going to increase your clicks, your conversions, and your revenue by up to 5 times with the power of a psychological way of getting people to click on your ads. So this is something that you've probably seen on a lot of viral websites out there, and the reason why you've seen it is because it works. Let's get into it. Here's Mark. We are here today with Mark Bishop. Mark, welcome back to the show.
Hello, Mike.
Mark is the guy that always comes on my show. We talk about weird niches and we talk about big butts and STDs and stuff. Now, we're talking about this not because it's fun, but because these niches are places where Mark makes a ton of money in his business. He's been able to build up affiliate websites and make reoccurring income from them. He's been able to flip them and make thousands, if not over 100,000. It's from all the revenue from it. It's pretty incredible. And today, the product we're going to be talking about is something that Mark created for his own business as a way of making more money, getting more clicks, and being able to get people's attention in a world where everyone's trying to get these marketing messages to. We're always going to these websites and there's banners and everything all over the place, and people aren't paying attention anymore. There are ad blockers that are getting rid of them. So Mark, I'm going to read off the headline for this, for your software, Shock Spots, and we'll jump right into this and we'll do a demo and everything. But it says here, sick and tired of working for days on your website, creating content and videos and more content, only to find they never convert and never bring in that revenue. Finally cracked, new simple software gets you 5 times the clicks, conversions, and revenue with push-button, revolutionary, curiosity-driven ads technology. Now, for everyone that's a little bit long there, we're going to have that sales page preview underneath this interview. But bring us in, Mark. What's this all about? And why should we care?
Okay, well, as you said, I've got a lot of different sites. They're mostly content-based, so they might be might be text-based, it might be video-based, but there's an awful lot of them. And I'm sure an awful lot of other people have got sites out there that they like to earn passive income on. What I found was my income, is passive, but it was starting to sort of decline, starting to drop off. And, I kind of looked around and I checked some sort of heat maps, and it was apparent that nobody's really clicking those banners anymore. So when you go onto a website, they all look the same. It's all basically the same layout. So you've got your top right-hand side, it's full of banners. You might have a banner at the top and the text link. So even people that are not really internet savvy, or they're not into this whole internet marketing world, they're still aware of those adverts. And some people just come onto a site and they see that as part of the website. They don't even click them. They don't even look at them. It's just part and parcel of every single website. And I guess you could call it ad blindness. So what I did was I looked around at what the big players were doing, and I kind of come up with the concept of highly relevant but curiosity-driven ads. Little thumbnails with a little bit of text dropped into text. That seemed to be what an awful lot of the bigger players were doing, and I did it manually for a while, and it worked really, really well. So yeah, that's really the idea behind ShockSpots.
And it's funny, when I first saw your product, I was taking a look at it, trying to see if it was something that I'd want to recommend to my audience. And right as I was looking at it, it was very familiar to me, because there's a lot of websites out there where I'll go to and my eyes, I'm reading content, even if it's on, I think some big websites like CNN even use this type of stuff, and I'll be looking at an article, and then some weird thing will get my attention. There might be a picture of a pretty girl or some crazy thing that's happening. I don't know, just something related to the content, but maybe a little bit off, maybe a little bit shocking, as you've got
That's
shock
right.
spots here, that gets my attention. And
Yeah, exactly that.
in marketing, that's what this is all about. Like we're all on a million email lists where we're going to all these different websites, and the first thing we need to do before anything is to get the reader's attention, and that's the first thing. The second thing we need to do is there needs to be enough interest involved there so that that person is moved to click on it. And what I see with this, and why I think this is so effective, is because you're able to create an image, and we're gonna show that in a little bit, how you're actually able to manipulate these images as a way to get that attention, and then put just enough text there so that you give a little bit of information, but at the same time, I think you don't want to give too much, because if you give too much, then that curiosity is going to be fulfilled. You want them to kind of be hanging on the edge there.
Yeah, I think you've summed it up completely there, Mike. Just grabbing people's attention. I mean, going back to the heat maps, I mean, it's completely apparent that nobody's clicking outside of the actual content area. So what I found is by designing some of these slightly obscure little ads and then just dropping a short code into posts. Yeah, it works wonders. I mean, we're seeing sort of 3 to 5 times the click through as opposed to a standard banner or a link. And it's purely, as you say, it's because it's, some of the images are slightly unusual, and the lead-in text is it's just curiosity driven, really. So because obviously somebody's reading your content because they're interested in that subject, then you have something that doesn't necessarily look like an ad. So, it's just a thumbnail graphic with some text to the right hand side, and then read more. So, you can send them wherever you want, but, it basically relates to the content. So it's kind of like a native ad thing, if you like.
Now, the niches that I know you're in are weird niches, are
They are.
health niches. So we're going to take a look at that in a little bit. However, is that the only way that this can be used? Like if someone's in internet marketing, or if they're a local marketer, or whatever. I mean, there's tons of niches that people are in. Is this effective for that kind of marketing as well?
Yeah, I mean, this is effective across the board. I mean, as you say, most of my stuff is weird niche marketing. But yeah, I mean, this plugin, it's just a simple plugin. Plug it into your WordPress site. You can use it. You can manipulate any image, or you can just use a standard image. But yeah, it can be used in any niche whatsoever. So there's no restrictions.
I'm looking on the sales page here, and you have a section here. It's called Real People. We've also started a few case studies with regular people. They're already making money. See for yourself. Tell me about this one here with Kate Gordon. She says she made, let's see, I'm going to read this off for everyone. Hi, Mark.
Sure.
I'm putting in my screen capture for ClickBank, which I took today. If you look at the red line, it shows when I put the shock spots on my website. As you can see, the website usually earns about $100 every week. But last week I made 3 times that, $319.37. I put the same short code on 10 of my best pages about halfway through the text, and sales just went up. And I'm looking there, and everyone who's watching this, if you can scroll down now, you can scroll down later, but you can see this on the sales page preview where it's noticeably, Mark, I can see from right before the 25th there, she's making 18, 18, 18, 18, and then it goes 54, 68, 54, 55, 73, 68. Now, that's a pretty strong testimonial.
It's good, yes. We did set up a beta testing group because obviously we needed to sort of make sure there weren't any bugs or errors and things like that. And to get any feedback, really. And Kate was one of our testers. And yeah, she seemed to do very well. I mean, most people were getting, sort of around about sort of 3 times the clicks. In Kate's case, she was just direct linking to a ClickBank product, and yeah, I mean she pretty much trebled her income from that one particular site.
Yeah, more more clicks equals more money when it
Yeah,
comes to
I mean
this.
obviously it really depends on where you're sending your traffic. So, I mean, if you've got a great offer that relates to the content that people are reading, then obviously you're going to stand a greater chance of converting. But obviously, in Kate's case, she has just that in place.
Let's take a look inside. I want to take a look at some of your sites that you have this installed on. Talk about kind of some of the results that you're getting with this, and take a look at the back end area. So go ahead and share your screen with us.
Okay, so we'll have a look at a couple of sites first, Mike, and I'll try not to mess this up. I normally do. Okay, so let's look at this one first. Okay. Curry diet.
That just sounds a curry diet, Mark, just sounds like it's going to be trouble for your toilet. Like that just doesn't sound good.
Yeah, but okay, so I mean, these are basically shock spots. So you can see an unusual little graphic, just a thumbnail, kind of relates to the subject, and then you've got some curiosity inspired text, if you like, and then just simply a read more. So each one of these will link out to whichever destination you set. You can also set up one, it doesn't have to be two, but I find that two often works quite well. So yeah, I mean, they go off. I mean, this one here, not necessarily related to this subject very well, but let me just show you.
I'd say it's related. I mean, people are talking about losing weight and getting rid of cellulite, so it's related.
Are you seeing the bigger butt one here now, Mike?
That's a big butt.
Okay, so yeah, we've got one here, and you can see that we've got the bigger butt, obviously, slightly manipulated. And then
you've done that manipulation, everyone. He's done that manipulation inside of the software. So that butt right there isn't a real butt. That's not an image that he's taken from Photoshop or around the internet. He's taken that butt and he has made that butt bigger inside of the software.
Yeah, I mean, it's a simple editing manipulation or graphic manipulation inside of the software, and I'll show you that in just a second. You can sort of pull, stretch, and crop different aspects of an image. And again, these both link out to different sites. I'll show you inside of the back end now. So
wait, Mark, before you do that, I want to touch on the fact that Mark's been using this himself, and he's had some pretty cool results with it. I know that you've used it for lead generation. I see you on the sales page here. You had 163 subscribers in the bigger butt niche from using this. You've got more here where it says shock spots received almost 5 times more clicks than typical banner and text link combined, where you've got a comparison here, tracking this with pretty links. So yeah, I mean, this isn't theoretical. You're actually seeing results from this.
Yeah, well, I mean, initially, I kind of did this manually for a while when I saw my sort of income declining. Yeah, you know, I kind of developed this just as I could do it with ease, really. It's just really, really easy because, you know, once you sort of set these ads up, they're dynamic anyway. So, you know, you just drop the shortcode into your post or page. You know, if you ever want to change any aspect of it, you can do it here. I mean, you're seeing this page here, right? Mm-hmm. So, I mean, you know, once your ad is set up, it can be sort of edited in here, so you can change any aspect of it. So if you find that you've got something that's not working particularly well, just come in here, you can change the link, change the text, or change the graphic.
So that's the original. Is that the original one there, or is that the altered one right there?
This one is original, but we can stretch that one out a bit.
Oh, there we go. There we go. There's a bigger button.
So we can stretch that one out a little bit, and you know, we just crop that there, and you can see kind of saves there. So you can mess about with the different graphics, and we've set the text to 80 characters because it sits nicely by the side of the thumbnail, and I think 80 characters is really enough to not give too much away. So half of the secret really is, you know, kind of not telling them the whole story. If you see here, I mean, I've left out, you know, letters in this particular word. You know, just by doing that, you know, people are curious, they're more inclined to click. and yeah, it tends to work really well. So yeah, I mean, this is the back end. You can over here you can shortcode, add a new one. So your shortcode is the bit that I just showed you. I've only got one set up on here just to demonstrate this. And then you can go in there and change any aspect of that. And then up here, same as basically the same as any post really. You would save it, and then once, let me just take you over to some of my posts on here, and I'll show you how easy it is just to drop the shortcode in. So once you've saved that piece of shortcode or that ad set, then up here you see the little icon there where it says my shop spots. So let's say we wanted to put one there, for example. Okay, and then up here, click there, and you see that the shortcode drops straight into there. And then if I update that, once it's updated and live, I'll just show you that post now. And it's just dropped straight in there.
Nice, nice, and and like you said before, you can send that traffic anywhere you want to, and you can if I go in there and I change those links later on, even though I might have installed this on every like tons of pages on my site, I can put that on there and I can change this out later on, right? Like if I change those images, it's going to change it on all my posts.
That's it, yeah. I mean, you can change any aspect of it, Mike, and the link or the graphic. You can do that just from the editor there, and it will change all of them without you having to sort of visit each page.
It's definitely a simple idea, but a powerful idea with the fact that you can install a simple code with a few images using the same technology, like we said, that big websites are already using. I think it's always interesting to pay attention to what these big guys are doing.
Yeah.
And then implement, like if they're doing it, they've got the data because they've got millions and millions of page views. They're able to test things where we might not be able to have the data that they do. And trust me, they don't just throw something up there and let it run if they're not making money from it. So that they're definitely not going to keep it up there if it's not working for them there. As far as monetizing this goes, I like to ask what's the fastest way that someone can use this to make money back from it. What would you say?
Well, I mean, depending on the content that you've got on your site, I mean, everybody's got, a ton of sites with content on there. I mean, some of them, have just been sat there doing nothing for an awful long time, not making any money at all. So, I mean, just try it out. I mean, you could direct link to offers. I mean, in my case, it's a lot of health, weird niches, things like that. So it's easy for me to link out to like supplements or digital products which relate to a condition, or kind of things like that. I mean, just direct linking straight out of there. You're not going to get blocked or anything like that. But you can also use it on several of my products. What I'm doing is I'm linking out to a landing page where people opt in. So obviously I build a list and they get a PDF, and inside that PDF, obviously, it's some helpful content. But what it really boils down to is a load of my links. So, I might have some great content, some helpful content inside that PDF. But, it's littered with my links. So people are buying products through my affiliate links from a PDF. So that works exceptionally well.
I was going to say, like, if you are, there are other niches out there. If you're a real estate agent, maybe you've got real estate articles about local listings in your area, and then you have a little picture of some crazy part of a house, or maybe I don't know. You take an image and kind of make it kind of interesting, and then revealed. You're not going to believe how how cheap this house. I don't know. Like it just things of whatever your niche is, trying to get people's attention. And
That's
once
right.
you get them to click on it, you've already got their attention. You can send them wherever you want to send them. You can send them to an article about that. Like you said, you can send them to a landing page and try to collect a lead from them. It's all about getting that attention and then converting that visitor into whatever you're trying to convert them into. Maybe you have an AdSense website and it's easy to rank. Maybe you've got a website and it's easy to rank for these non-converting keywords because they're not very high payers with AdSense. But then you could send them to another page of yours that maybe has a higher paying AdSense click area.
That's right, yeah. And I mean, even the simpler things like lowering bounce rates, Mike, I mean, if you're trying to rank a site, I know it's kind of quite boring and it's not fancy because you're not making loads of money out of it, but just lowering bounce rates. So, you might have a specific page on your website which you really want people to sort of hit. So, you might be able to rank, like you say, for, a low competition keyword, but in the kind of same niche, and then you're driving or redirecting people to the page that you really want them to see. So there's that aspect as well.
Yeah, you want to send them to your money page, whatever
Certainly.
whatever page is going to make you the most amount of money. That's where you want to send people on your website. Cool. Okay, so I think we've covered what this does pretty well here. I know that you've got a couple of options on the sales page. I think it's going to be pretty obvious which one most people are going to want to pick, but just let us know
Certainly.
what those two options are.
Okay. Well, during the launch phase of the 3 day period, then we've got the Lite, which can be installed on one website. And we've got the Pro version, which can be installed on 10 websites. Now, these are basically the same thing, but obviously, either on one or on 10. And during that launch phase, then the difference in price is going to be nominal.
Yeah, most of you who are going to purchase this are going to be interested in the Pro version, which is just a little bit more expensive. And when I mean a little bit, I think it's like less than $1 more expensive for that. So okay, with this license, you can use it on if you get the Pro version, you can use it on up to 10 sites that you own. Tell us about the first one-time offer.
Okay, so the first one-time offer is unlimited sites, so you can use that on any site that you like. But as well as just offering the unlimited license, what we decided to do, I mean, this is, as we've discussed, graphical based. So, a lot of people don't want to search around for graphics. So we've put together a pack of over 600 itemized graphics. So these are all sort of graphics in different areas. There's a ton of zips in there. You can take those graphics and drop them into your shop spots and then manipulate them, and you're done really. So yeah, there's the 600 plus graphics. There's also a 5 video additional training aspect to it. So what we're doing there is we're covering one of the native ad tricks I'm using. I'm also covering more in-depth graphic manipulation. So if you want to go really sort of weird, then I show you how to do that. And also a video on, actually writing captivating or curiosity-inspired text.
And you're definitely very good at that by now from your years of doing this with the weird niches.
Yeah, yeah.
So okay, so you can use that on unlimited sites. Are they just sites that you own, or can you put it on other people's sites as well?
They're just sites that you own.
Just sites that you own. Okay, so that's the first one-time offer is the Pro version of it or the I don't know what you're calling it, what the name is.
Just unlimited.
Unlimited version. Okay, so what's the next one-time offer?
Okay, so there is a final one-time offer. This is white label to the whole package. So if you decided that you wanted to set up a business selling a piece of software, then effectively you could do it with ShopSpots. So what you're going to do is you're going to get the unlicensed plugin, so you get the whole code zipped up, ready to go. You also get instructions, but unusually you're going to get the sales page and a download page as well. So the sales page with the graphics, with the copy, ready to go. It's templated, so it's just a case of dropping it into your OP2, and you've got a business ready to go.
When you say OP2, optimized press
You
2.
will need optimized press too.
And if you don't want to use that, you can take it and you can, if you've got another thing that you're using, you can obviously
Yeah, I mean,
make
you
a
can
sales
run with
page with
the
that.
you can run with the plugin. I mean, you could just lift the copy and do it that way if you didn't want to use OP2. But for simplicity and because everything is laid out and tested, then the templates are there, Mike. So a lot of people have optimized Press 2, so it's just a case of uploading the 2 templates and it's all ready to go. We've even linked in the download on the download page, so you don't even need to do that. So it'd just be a case of like uploading to your server and you're done.
You could buy the software, create a website, install it on the website, and then use that to send it to a sales page and sell the software if you buy that white label version.
Yeah, you can definitely do that.
Cool, cool. Mark, thank you so much for coming on the show today. Is there anything else, anything we missed, anything you wanted to mention before we wrap it up?
Well, I mean, before we wrap it up, I mean, I would just say this. I mean, if you have sites, which I know so many of us have, that have content on there or videos on there that maybe did okay and they don't do so well now, then this is going to work for you. If you've got a load of content out there and you get a few visitors, but you've never made any money out of that content, then this will help you make some money, or wherever you want people to go, it will help you reach the goals that you want to reach. And yeah, I mean, it really does work. It's really, really simple. If you don't have any websites at the moment and you're just thinking of getting it into it, then, I mean, once you start building your content into those sites, using shock spots is going to ensure that you make more money from the very start.
Yeah, you want to take the existing traffic that you have. Maybe it's not a ton of traffic, but it's almost even more of a reason to use something like this because you want
Yeah,
to
no,
get the
that's
most that you can
definitely
out of
it.
your traffic.
Yeah, that's definitely it. I mean, you might have 10, 20 sites just sitting around. You get visitors, but you haven't touched those sites for months and months. I've got a load myself, and by just dropping a couple of pieces of shortcode into a couple of the most popular the most popular posts or pages, then you might get some passive income out of that, and it's taking you seconds to do.
Mark, again, thank you so much for coming on and best of luck with your launch.
Thanks for having me, Mike.
I hope you enjoyed the interview today with Mark. If you are interested in picking up shock spots, you're going to want to come back tomorrow at 9 a.m. Eastern on Monday, July 13th. You're going to be able to pick it up at its lowest price along with my special bonuses. Plus, if you're watching this before then, there's going to be a link right above the interview on MikeFromMaine.com. That's going to take you over to this page here. Now, what this is going to be is a way for you to sign up for a webinar that's going to be an hour before launch time. So it's going to start at 8 a.m. Eastern. And the reason to attend this is that they're going to give you an even more detailed demo of how the software works. Plus, they're giving away 3 free copies of the software during the webinar. So if you want to be eligible to get a free copy of ShockSpots, then you're going to want to go here, click on that link, go below, make a comment here telling us more about your business and how you would be able to use the ShockSpots ad innovation. So leave that comment there and then enter your email here to sign up to reserve your spot for the webinar. Attend it at 8 a.m. and you're going to be eligible to win that free copy. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all tomorrow.